So, I do have some items for you. Let's see here. He goes to a wall, and he's like, yes, here you go. He hands you a baseball bat.
I hand that to Sam.
Sam picks it up. Sam takes one hand of it and goes, whoa, what the? And the bat's glowing green. Yes, yes. Items of intense emotional intensity and history. How to get technical on this. And Dorothy goes, you've got a Dwemer on it that lets you see stuff that's got potential magical energies. I was like, Mr. Long looks at her and goes, why, yes, that's very insightful of you, child. Does it work off Asimov's laws, or does it work more like Dr. Strange's everything has a price? More like D&D, actually. Guy says to her. Now, he goes to a wall, opens it up, and he pulls out a Chinese jian, Chinese double-edged sword.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I don't think any of us know how to use that.
And Dorothy takes that and goes, ooh, right? Because it's light and it's slim. He pulls out a hatchet and a knife, hands them to you.
Oh, yeah. We'll take those.
And he says, you said a bow?
Yep.
He pulls out a weird short bow. You've never seen this kind of bow before. You've read about them, but you've never seen one. The bow's only like this big.
Mm-hmm.
But the draw is a full draw.
Oh, nice.
All right? There's like so much rope of this, it's like there shouldn't be enough rope on that to make that work, but it does work. It's a Mongol's bow.
Ah.
What's your strength?
Not an issue.
2.
You have enough strength to pull it back.
Okay.
I couldn't remember if she had a 2 or a 1. If she had a 1, she wouldn't, but she has a 2. She doesn't have to pull it back.
If it's got a long enough sail on the ends, then it actually gets easier to pull the longer you pull
And
it.
with that, he also gives you a quiver full of 10 arrows.
Oh, yeah. Shoulder that.
And then for you, he goes, He hands you a glass mask, some gloves, and a smock. And just glares at you. And you know he knows what you did.
You expect me to blow a lot of things up, don't you?
Yes. These are all primitive alchemical tools. Very well. Well, that will be $100, please.
You guys got?
You take a check?
Sam pulls out the debit card he had to pay with for the watch repair and hands it over to Mr. Long. Mr. Long runs it. Very well. All right. Off you go, children, and if you die, I told you so.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping you'd take a check.
Away with you, annoying brats. Go, tiny humans.
I will go
Yes,
through
the
first.
tiny human is in absolutely, positively no way a clue.
Now, here's how I know you're actually playing teenagers correctly, because adults would be like, fuck no. Right?
Yeah.
But teens are like, dude!
This is why I could buy the idea of a bunch of teenagers going through a wardrobe to figure out what's on the other side. Because no sane adult would do that, but teens, we can never die!
You step through into the other world, and on the other side you have a pleasant field, verdant, bright sunlight all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
The air smells clean.
I'm knowing you're sunburned.
Now you were in the Midwest, right? So the air smelled clean there, but I mean the air here is like poignantly clean and healthy and invigorating. And while you're in Brightcroft, all your Constitution rolls made it +5. Let me get a quick piece of paper, and I will draw out what Dorothy sees in the guide.
Did anybody think to bring sunscreen?
Nope.
Oh fuck, we're all gonna die from skin cancer.
You won't need it.
One thing I will do is carefully survey where we came out of, so that way I have it memorized for later.
So when we have to run screaming back, we can actually find our way quickly.
So
Yeah.
this is a general. This is a general map. All right. I forget what the country north of Brightcroft was. I forget what the one on the other side of...
Magicians. Harry Potter for adults.
Right, so you see a massive river that runs across the north.
Okay.
You're here in Brightcroft. Below Brightcroft, there's another country called Shieldland. I forget what I called the country north of Brightcroft, but that's not where we're going. You see a place called Darkenvale. You have this area called the Fen March, the South Fen March, and the North Fen March. And over here you have Clankland. And up there you have a place called Blackmount.
Okay, so Fen March is where you have a lot of fins. And where are we at?
We're here in Brightcroft, BC.
Okay. So we're in BC. Where's AD?
Not on the map.
Okay. What's SF again?
South Fen.
Okay.
North Fen and South Fen. The Fens are divided into the north and the south.
Okay, and they're right in the middle of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So I take it no, they don't like anybody else and nobody likes them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, in order to get where we need to go through no man's land.
Good thing I know how to do survival.
Yeah,
For
it's
the
not
woods.
that. It's more like avoid other people.
You have survival woods.
Oh, so it's not all woods?
You have to have survival for every kind of terrain.
Yep. Not only that, but this is more avoid people than.
I will let you also do like default rolls on some things. It's just that if it's not the specific survival trait you have, it's a little harder.
Okay.
Right? If you've trained all your life to live in Arctic conditions, you have no clue what to do in a desert. Other than stay hydrated. And out of the sun.
Trust me, survival in the desert is hard.
Alright. So that's the general map of what you're looking at.
I'd rather survive in the desert than try to survive in the Arctic.
Alright.
So where are we heading again?
We gotta get to Clankland, Dorothy says. There's really no... Whoa. She looks at the book. The map scale keeps changing. Sometimes 1 inch is a mile, sometimes it's 10. What the hell?
Yes, because distances is a matter of relative here.
Sam says, or a matter of plot. Maybe the author can't make up his mind about how far things are.
Well, that is true. I mean, come on, look at Game of Thrones. They can't make up their mind on anything in that.
Yeah.
That's the reason I stopped reading it.
So
That and the economics made no sense.
I guess we just head. It's this way, right?
apparently, Dorothy says.
So we head southwest.
Okay.
So
you start walking. I need a Constitution and Athletics roll. Difficulty 10. Where did my... Yes, because it wasn't.
Holy shit! I want you to see this.
I believe you. Hold on a second.
Did you roll all sixes?
2 6s.
Ah, nice.
So you slammed it?
Yep.
Slammed it or boxcars?
Two boxcars.
Boxcars. Okay, boxcars is an even better result than a slam. You've got...
I had 16 total.
Okay. So the one thing in the system is if you have fewer dice, the chances of boxcarring or slamming are higher. I call it the new kid rule. But if you think about it, the way the fiction of this kind of thing works, what we typically see, particularly kids fiction, that is how it works.
Yeah.
Right?
It's actually harder to survive the more experience you get.
Exactly. Neville Longbottom, for instance, survives all of Harry Potter when he shouldn't.
He should have been dead a dozen times
Right?
over.
Okay. So, you go on your march. You're not tired from your march. You march for about 4 to 5 hours. All around you, you see like deer, cows, little singing birds, like Disney-esque tweeting singing birds. It is so happy. Dorothy's in hog heaven. She's like, oh, look at that, look at that. Sam's having to drag her at some point to get her to stay on the trail. Okay?
We're going to put a leash around her, aren't we?
Maybe.
Not you,
I don't
Sam.
know.
Not with your reading material.
Oh. Wrong. What's wrong?
And eventually night comes around, y'all are going to need to make...
Hey, 1 charisma.
Well, my character's in hog heaven. It's camping time!
Alright, give me a survival roll. This is your environment. Base survival roll here would be a 10.
You got Fairy Tale Freak over here, and oh my god, I'm in hog heaven because it's Lizzie over here. And I'm not sleeping in the same tent with you.
Dorothy's flipping through the book. She's like, oh, we're losing the light. If only I had more light. She goes like
I
this
rolled all ones!
We're all gonna die!
What the fuck?
We're all gonna die!
No, I have something better. Okay. So,
What the
Dorothy's paging through the book and goes, oh, it looks like if I had more light. She goes, lifts her hand and suddenly there's a light above her head.
I guess
What?
that startles me enough that I botch my roll.
She goes like this with her hand, and a flower starts blooming. As she realizes here, she can do all those things she's read about. She has
dear.
magic.
All right, what does enchantment
Sam's reactions to this is, oh great, she's never going to shut up about this.
What does enchantment do?
Enchantment allows you to attach magic to items. It also allows you to create weird devices, which is why the Tinker has it. So if you want to make something with weird science, you would use either weird science or enchant with it, depending on what the effect is.
I have an idea. Now she can do that. Reach over, grab a branch. This looks phosphorus.
You want to try to make a permanently glowing item?
Yep. So we can torch.
You roll her casting roll.
Okay, how do I do that?
She pages through the book. Okay. And she's got the light now on the branch. I need you to roll your enchantment, since it is a purely magical device.
2 6s, a 5, and a 3.
So you rolled more 6s than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Because you tied out. So you slam the roll. A slam on a
And
12.
a
Hold on,
plus-
17, 20. You have 20 on the dice. And what's your enchantment bonus?
Plus 16.
So 36.
Yeah.
36 slammed. Yeah, with a 36 slam, I'm going to let you make that branch glow. The branch now just continuously glows the soft light equivalent to a flashlight or like a small soft light bulb. And it's got a radius of about, I would say, 10 feet.
There you go. Now don't get us killed. Try again.
She, making a rune roll, and slamming it, stretches a rune in so that the effect is now permanent until dispelled.
Okay, good. Hand it off to her so she can try again without killing us all.
Later we will detail the magic, but right now we are assuming that she has a book full of spells in addition to the guidebook.
Okay.
So am I trying my
Actually, I was just
survival roll
improvising
again?
because I figured, hey, you
Nope.
know,
Nope.
No?
Nope.
No.
So what are we eating tonight? Because nobody brought any food.
Does Sam have any like granola bars or anything like that in his backpack?
He fishes around. I got protein powder. Bodybuilders often use the protein powder thing. So we need some water. You go around, you can find some water. You get there, you're like, you know what? These plants look good.
oh no!
Oh,
no!
And you do some fishing. You get some fish, let's say.
Oh shit.
All right, so you make like what you think is
I give us all food poisoning, don't
you make what you think is a wonderful meal. And it does taste good. Everybody roll Constitution and Athletics, difficulty 20. Dorothy, with her one die of Constitution, doesn't make it.
Oh boy.
Sam slams the roll. Sam's fine.
I got a 6 and a 4.
But that's be a slam.
10.
Because you have as many 6s or more 6s than anything else that you roll. So you're fine.
Constitution what?
For one.
Constitution and Athletics.
Yeah, 16.
Oh, that did not feel good.
You and Dorothy need the latrine a lot. It tasted good going down.
Not feeling so good coming out.
I'm not going to detail what exactly happens, but I will say the rest of the trip, Dorothy does not trust you to give her food.
Next time, let me tinker with the food first.
What do you do for the evening?
I don't know. How cold is it? Is it like...
It's pleasant and balmy.
So we don't...
Right crotch.
We wouldn't technically need a fire to stay warm.
Oh, yes,
So
you
we
need a fire. It's
Well, not
called
to
keep
stay-
the wildlife away.
Not to stay warm, just a fire for like keeping the critters out. So it'd be more like light.
Possibly,
Okay, fire.
possibly.
All right, let's go do without alchemy here. Damn, that's the third 6 in a row. Alrighty.
With your alchemical agents, starting a fire is like no big deal. Plus, you also got the girl survival girl over there. She could start a fire with ease.
Yeah. Well, after that last roll.
That's true. She might burn down the field.
Yeah. Plus, I need to figure out what all this shit does. So, experiment time.
Okay.
Let's just hope I don't blow us up.
Oh, now you're using your book. Where'd I put my...
I got to figure out what all this stuff does, and I don't, without blowing us up. So this is a good way to do it.
Where did I put my... Here we are. Okay.
It's either that or start giving things to others to ingest.
So I'm going to say, here's your fire. Okay. Here's the party. Where did Matt's mini go?
Come over here.
Let me have your mini, please. Okay. So you all are around the fire. Was anybody keeping a watch or a perimeter?
I'm leaving that to the experts to figure out.
Would that occur to a teenager who's been out camping?
That's a good idea, and I love the fact that you role-played that because
Yeah, because I don't...
you're used to camping. You're not used to thinking
Yeah.
D&D party, the monster's going to jump me in the dark.
And like I said,
Yeah.
I'm leaving that to the expert because I know jack and all about this.
I'm going to say with Dorothy there, even though she's absorbed in the book, so she keeps talking about how this is matching so much of Narnia, so much of Game of Thrones, and so much of Dragonlance, and so much of Forgotten Realms. The idea occurs to you that if bad stuff happens in the D&D world, and this is essentially D&D made real, bad stuff can happen here. So I'm going to give you a bonus die. Roll your intuition and a bonus die. You need a difficulty of 10. If you get higher than 10, it occurs to you, hey, maybe we need to have a watch.
I'm going to start with Dorothy's exuberance to try and figure out how this magic shit works.
1 point shy.
Yeah, I'm going to suffer through Dorothy's exuberance and basically put heads together with her to figure out how this magic
You realize
works.
that most alchemical things take an hour of prep. You can quickly do something, but there's a high chance it goes boom in 10 minutes. You can very quickly do it with a very high chance it goes boom in a minute.
Okay, so having it go boom to start a fire was a good thing, but trying to do it on a large scale probably would have killed us all.
Trying to make something like a weapon or something like that would be bad. Trying to make a quick solvent or something, about a minute, but there's a high chance you would ruin it or it'd go boom. When I say go boom, I mean typically it fails with some disastrous other side effect. Okay.
I'm just saying what I did with the fire was okay because the going boom
Yeah, I mean that's just phosphorus powder in a match.
Yeah. Going boom was actually part of the plan.
Okay. 1 inch is going to be 5 feet. No one thought to declare a watch, so I need everyone to make give me a perception and awareness. It would be sound, so the light wouldn't affect it. Perception and awareness, 15.
Okay. 11. 10. 15.
Well, let's see, that's...
17.
8, 9...
18.
18? You get it.
18.
You get it. I'm going to go ahead and say Dorothy and Sam get it. In the middle of the night, you all are woken up, but it sounds of something crashing through the woods.
That's not good.
I get up and I get my bow ready. Just
Okay.
in case.
You start stringing your bow. Matthew?
I'm going through my bag to try and find something that goes boom on command. Oh, and uncover the torch.
Give me a fate plus 10 from the alchemy stuff bag.
So 16, 13, 15. So 15. Plus
15?
Plus 10?
Mm-hmm.
You said plus 10 on top of that, so
Yep.
15, 25.
Okay, I'm going to write X's here for the trees.
I'm going to hand the glowing branch over to Dorothy.
And I'm going to make...
Because if she's going to try spells, I want her to be able to see what she's aiming at.
There's a slight rise over here. And... tall grass over here. Okay. What'd you get?
25 altogether.
You find a vial. Roll a d6.
6.
You find 3 vials of a caustic agent that you know that if you throw it on somebody, it will act like an acid.
Oh, that's pretty.
All right. Crashing through the woods.
So I'll get my glass mask on, my gloves on, and my tabard on. Because I don't want this shit on me.
A girl emerges at the tree. Within sight of her, there are diminutive people. You can't tell if they are...
Good guys, bad guys are in between.
You guys are bad guys. One of them is wearing heavy armor. I'm sorry, actually medium armor with a sword and a shield. The other one has a large two-handed weapon. One has a crossbow, and the other one has a quarterstaff. This one's wearing armor. They are not. The girl's not wearing anything. Okay?
Oh, she's
not,
naked.
Not to get vulgar about it, but like, it looks like she either was woken up in the middle of the night and has like on just a shift, or she's come out of the bath and everything's like clinging to her. You also see some scratches and stuff. Pardon me. Some scratches of her like she's been running through the woods at night. And she's running towards you all. The girl appears to be human. The things behind her in the dark, you can't quite tell. You just know that they're short. They're all about maybe 4 feet at most, 3 feet on average.
So I'm going to assume they're not human.
Ooh. It might be a safe assumption. So now we need an initiative roll.
Oh boy.
Okay, how does that work?
Same we did in 20+6. These are related games. All the things you're used to from 20+6 about how the turn works. Move first, act last. Sorry, yeah, move first, act last to get higher initiative.
4.
And if you roll a 6, you do add a die. Alright, let me get a second set of dice out here for initiative so we're not confusing the d6s. So Sammy has a total of 7. And that's Sammy there. You have a 4. You might want to keep that when I put another die down for you.
Oh, this is one of my spare dice.
Okay. Cool beans. I'm cool with that. And then, regretfully, poor Miss Dorothy has a 1.
Does she have a negative initiative?
She does not.
I have a 2.
Nobody has a negative.
Oh, okay.
I have a 2.
You have a deuce?
I have a deuce.
Alright, I'm going to put a deuce by Matthew's character. Alright.
Quick question. For the skills that have the F next to them, are we rolling an extra d6 like we do in the 20?
No, the X's actually represent that's a focus skill.
Mm-hmm.
That means if you look at the die number, normally when I auto roll skills, the auto skills rolled are 3 point per die.
Mm-hmm.
On an F, they're 4 point per die. That's why some of your skills have higher bonuses than others.
Oh, so I actually would be rolling a 4 dice for the survival woods.
So you still roll your attribute, but if you look at survival, your survival bonus number is higher than it would be if it were only 3 points per die.
Cool.
It's at 4 points per die. So that's why it's 16 on 4 dice rather than 12.
Okay.
On the side, you'll see bonuses. Like for your camper, you get a bonus d6 to all ranged attacks and also all ranged attack damage. And you get a bonus plus 2d6 when you're stealthing in wilderness environments.
I'll get into that later.
Okay, so sorry, I was distracted there. Let me put down initiative dice for the bad guys.
Oh, it's okay. I was hearing.
So the bad guys have 4s, and one had a 5. And now I can't find on this
I was
die.
hearing a hurdy-gurdy on there, and I suddenly realized that
Yes, it was a hurdy-gurdy.
There's this musician called Patty Gurdy. She's kind of like the Lindsey Sterling of the hurdy-gurdy.
Uh-huh. The girl has a 6. So the very first person to have to move is going to be Dorothy. Dorothy's movement is to spend an action, just like 20+6, you have 3 actions around. She spends an action to stop. She's going to stay where she is. And then she spends a skill action to evaluate what happens, and she holds one for action later in the round. Damn! Okay. And she'll actually speak here in a second. Then the next person to go is Matt's Tinker with a 2. Where do you want to move, Matt?
Oh, I'm going to move behind the big brawny type that is my cousin.
So you're going to move behind Sam.
Because he is a meat shield, and I am not.
So you see the Tinker move behind Sam.
Yes.
All right, so that's your movement action. You still have 2 actions left for the round.
Get out of bottle.
On the 4s, which tie. Since you're the hero, I'm going to let you move after. Okay?
Would it occur to my character to move away from the fire so her night vision would improve?
That's the reason I hinted the staff. That's the reason I hinted the glowy stick over.
Yeah, she's a camper. She'd know that. All right, here's what happens. They come forward. This guy with the staff comes up, and it looks like he's going to try to whack her in the back.
I haven't moved yet.
Okay, I'm
I was
sorry.
just asking the question.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to see him start. Where are you moving to?
I'm going to move. Is there any trees nearby?
The trees are all over here, but there is cover back here on that rill.
Okay, can I move back that far?
Yep, that's 50 feet.
Okay, so that should give me high ground.
So that's one action.
Cover.
Do you want to use it for the cover? You can actually get behind it.
What would be
Celtic folklore cooking. Oatmeal and everything.
I guess maybe cover, and then she. I'm not experienced with firing a bow and arrow. You can't really lay down and do that. You'd have to be like.
Sure you can.
Sure you can. It's
Oh,
sideways.
really? Like.
It's a Mongol bow, which actually is a composite
Okay.
bow. It's actually one of those few bows you can actually do that with.
That's why I gave it to you. They're very versatile.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she'll
And
get
again,
covered.
when you get to the end of the draw, the weight will actually drop off, so you can actually
So
hold it.
one action to move.
Mhm.
I'm going to assume you already readied your weapon.
Yeah.
You'll have one action left to fire when it comes firing phase.
Nice tunic.
Okay? So you move that way. This guy moves up to her. He tries to whack her with his staff, and the other guy comes up to try to help him. She, having higher initiative than them, makes a dodge roll.
Well, she makes it because it's going to hurt.
And she will have enough to prevent the grab attempt. I'm going to have them resolve the attempted grab now on their part. Yep. She just barely makes it. She manages to get them, so they stop their movement there. The guy over here comes this way and tries to pepper with an arrow. You can see him moving his crossbow up to attack her.
Well, that's just unsporting-like.
The guy with the armor then tries to move in front of her, putting his back to us to try to catch her, to cut her off. And she, again, having higher initiative, gets to try to dodge him. But she slams. She manages to get around him, and she runs towards the fire.
Damn! She is making some serious rolls. That is one slinky little lady.
And with her last action, she sees us, and she comes to a stop. And she uses a speech roll. Please, help me. They're trying to kill me.
What's all this then?
Last person to move is Sam, who moves up to get between the girl and the bad guys.
Of course he would.
Okay.
His little head's doing the thinking. Of course,
All right.
There's not a whole lot of difference in brain power.
Now, you said you were following him, so are you right behind him still?
No.
Give me an athletics roll to pause when you see him moving, because your instinct would have been to follow him.
Yeah. No, my instincts is to stay away from everybody with sharp, pointy objects and keep him between us on
You
that
need a
start.
10. You need a 10. By the way, I love the way you two are playing this. This is awesome.
No, what am I rolling now again?
Athletics and agility.
Okay.
So you're rolling your agility dice and your athletics bonus.
Let's see. 7, 2. Alrighty, so 7, 3, and that's 10.
10? You managed not to follow him. Okay. Now we resolve attacks. With his 7, Sam goes first. He spends 2 actions to power attack. He clocks the guy in the back of the head with the green glowing baseball bat.
Ouch. Much eyeshadow, but I like the tunic.
Okay. So he has that to start with.
You can't really see her eyes.
And he gets a bonus. Well, that's for
You
damage.
need some glasses.
So
I have
10
glasses, just don't wear them at home.
plus 6 makes
Yeah, she's got a
16.
lot of eyeshadow.
Plus his attack bonus of 14 gives him a total of 30.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good brain.
Now, normally, he gets plus 2 bonus damage. He also gets plus 2 for the result he just got. And his natural strength of 5 comes in.
Oh,
Ow!
he is strong.
That's a brawny bastard.
Gets better. The baseball bat, it's a plus 9 weapon.
So, flat.
So when I was talking about counting 5s and counting 10s, this is what I was talking about. Now, the way the wound system works is, you'll see on the thing, you'll see a health listed, and the health level, like, because teenagers it's a 4, from adults it's a 5. Every 5 points of damage is a wound level.
Ow.
Right? So we start counting 5s here.
5.
There's a 10, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wound levels and a point. But then the man has armor. The man's armor stops 15 points of damage. So we get rid of that, and we're left with 1, 2, 3. He takes 3 wounds to the back of the head.
Ouch.
See how quick that was? That's one of the advantages of using a dice system like this. The problem, again, is when you're campaigning over a long series of time, it's very hard to measure the campaign over a long series of time to balance everybody out with people coming uber powerful, uber quick, which is always my problem in Star Wars. So he comes up behind him, whams him with the baseball bat. The guy takes 3 wounds to the back of the head and goes, yeah. And manages to stay conscious. Barely, but does. Okay.
That was a beautiful little butterfly.
Oh, we're not done. Your go. You want pepper? The good news is, everything's a short range shot.
Yeah, could I hold
That right there is your short range.
Could I hold until I see
shit
if they're
on me.
going to get aggressive with us?
I bought a book on deposit bows for my Kindle. I'll see if I can figure out how to email it to you.
Could I hold until I see how aggressive they're going to get with
Sure.
us?
You can hold your action. You have the higher initiative. So you're holding,
Okay.
you're waiting. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
just
who's my target?
wait,
Who's my
see.
target? So we go
Yeah.
down the initiative scale. The next one to act would be their crossbowman. Their crossbowman tries to shoot the girl. He's going for her leg.
Non-lethal shot.
Yeah, but with a crossbow, that is...
Thump. Ah! She hits the ground, screaming.
When you're talking crossbows, however, that's like a musket ball. So non-lethal is a matter of relativity.
And he does 4 wounds to her. She's not wearing armor. That's a very severe wound.
Yeah.
Okay,
She'd
I'm
easily
gonna
bleed
shoot
out.
that
You can see
guy.
the bolt actually like through her thigh bone.
I'm shooting that guy now.
That could
That's just
easily
wrong.
kill her.
Okay. Since you have the initiative, I will let you shoot him before he gets that shot off if you like.
I'll try shooting him if
Okay.
I see it.
Yeah, aiming a crossbow at an unarmed woman.
You determine
actually-
what his intent is. You can see who he's aiming for. You pop him with an arrow. That is going to be slightly difficult, though. It is a short-range shot, but you do have to fire through somebody's zone. All right?
Okay.
So what we're aiming for now, since he's not actually defending, you'll notice on your sheet, you see a thing there that says dodge.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to hit his dodge rating
Mm-hmm.
plus 10 from the darkness and the person and the person. His dodge rating happens to be a 12, so you need a 22.
Okay, so my agility's 4.
So you roll your agility dice.
And then I add another d6 for a ranged attack.
Correct. So you roll 5 dice. And the way that's worded needs to be taken care of too, because the bonus dice goes as bonus dice.
Mm-hmm.
If it says plus d6, that d6 could still count towards fumbling.
Okay.
Yeah. It could work.
Not the greatest, but not terrible, I don't think. Let's see.
You didn't go bust, so that's good.
This is 5.
5, 10, 11 on the dice.
11.
And your archery.
16.
27, you have it.
You got it.
Okay.
As long as you get over 10, you were going to make that one.
All right, so now damage. The compound bow you're using, sorry, the Mongol bow you're using, has a strength rating of 5.
Okay.
You roll 5 dice of damage.
And then another plus d6 for the
No?
damage thing.
Oh, yes. So 6 altogether. 6 dice for damage, and then since it's an arrow, the arrow adds 3.
So I'm just adding
66 plus 3.
plus 3. Okay, because I'm like, do I have 3 more d6? Okay. Yes, I have enough.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow.
That's real good. That's good, man. That's real good.
That's 10. That's
4, that's
12.
5 wound levels. He's dead.
Oh, geez, I just killed a guy?
Roll your willpower.
Holy fuck.
So let's see, this is about the same size as mine. I'm going to cut it down though so it matches.
Careful, that dog coming up.
I only got a 5.
You put the arrow in him, and so that you realize you just took someone's life, your character loses her next round as she sits there and goes, as guilt and everything else comes over, because you've been raised on Earth,
Yeah.
right? And you're a
Yeah.
teenager,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll give you that die back. Next up in the initiative are the local yokels. The one that got hit in the back of the head clumsily tries to hit at Sam, but Sam's parry rating is 21. And the guy's working at 3 levels down, so he needs to add 10 to that to try to hit Sam. So the guy needs to roll a 31 on 3 dice plus 12. I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
No, that's physically impossible.
Especially since he goes bust. He tries to swing at Sam and the sword goes flying across the battlefield.
Wow.
Wow.
His buddies who have stopped moving, who are trying to grab, spend their actions to draw their weapons. They each draw a sword. They wouldn't have a shield, so they each draw a sword and a dagger.
You have a duct tape?
I don't, but I got scotch tape.
That'll work too. I just need to
Making a better rolling surface.
Yeah, make a rolling surface on the inside here so it doesn't roll underneath
so
the...
they're acted out. That leaves you next, Mr. Tinker.
Well... the archer is dead. The guy with the crossbow, I mean.
Yeah, but you would know he's dead. You know he hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Your character doesn't have combat experience yet. He can know death instantly. This isn't D&D. We are playing like real people who have been sucked into a
I know,
fantasy
I'm
world.
just saying, but his assumption would be...
Your assumption is he's down.
Mm-hmm.
You would know that he's dead. He's down. He's out of the fight.
Yeah, this is important. Let's see then. Who's closest to me? Actually, that's a bad guy.
The bad guys, well, the one fighting Sam is just under 25 feet away. The two hiding by the tree are about 30 feet away. Both of which are good range for throwing a caustic bottle.
Yeah, but my athletics suck, so...
You could probably hit Sam by accident.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
shit. Which would
Well, if you lob it for the two 30 feet away, since they are staying right next to each other, there's a higher chance you're going to hit one of them or at least scare them.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so I need your athletics and your agility.
Which is at least halfway decent.
You know, you could always spend a drama point too and set some of those dice to 6. Alright, so this is why setting the dice to 6 is important. So, how many dice of athletics do you normally have? So that die is automatically 6.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, how many dice of agility do you have? 2. So you automatically have a 12. You're rolling 12 plus 1 die. And I happen to like this idea, so I'm going to give you a bonus die. Roll 2 dice for me.
And they get a 5.
You throw it, you hit the tree, it shatters, and you don't hit them, but the shattering and the thing kind of makes them flinch. Okay, then we get to Dorothy. Dorothy looks at them and casts the only offensive spell she can find in the book right away. She tries to put them to sleep. What can I say? It's very D&D. And as I like the idea, I'm going to give her an extra bonus die. She slammed the roll. She puts the one fighting Sam to sleep. New initiative.
Yeah, that time it was good. Got a 5.
Okay, Sammy's got a 10. Dorothy has a 3. You had a what?
5. Alright, future reference there, dude. You need to have scotch. You need to have duct tape in this house. It's just mandatory for
You got a 5. And then I don't have Ruth's roll yet because she's in the potty.
Hey, I'm not acting this round, though.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Thank you for being honest.
roll.
Since you were honest, I'm going to give you a check.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's us and then them. We rolled their initiative scores. There's only 2 of them up and working. Oh, crap. One of them has an 11. Okay, so the initiative order goes Dorothy first. Dorothy grabs the hand of the girl and runs for this rail behind there. And you see Dorothy and this woman, and it's an adult woman. She's like maybe 19 or early 20s. Okay? That's her action. Nobody on their side wants to try to stop it. Then we get to the next lowest initiative, which would be Matthew's.
I go with Dorothy because I'm not leaving her alone with that woman.
Okay, so the group of you is hiding behind this rail, leaving Sam out there alone.
All alone, and your archer is not able to...
Well, I don't know
They
that.
didn't know that, though. That's good role playing. I like that. Here, take a chip.
We're kids. We don't know any different.
Yeah.
All I know is that there's a strange woman and Dorothy ran off with her.
Okay.
God knows Dorothy's the most naive of all of us.
Okay. The next thing that happens is the bad guys go. The first bad guy with a 5 yells and tries to charge Sam. Sam will sidestep him and clock him with the baseball bat as he goes by.
Much bigger dice bowl.
That's fine. This one's working just fine.
The other guy with the 11 will then try to get behind Sam with the quarterstaff. Then we get to initiative rolls. Attack first. The guy behind Sam tries to attack him. He is behind Sam, so I'm going to give him 2 bonus dice. He has enough to hit Sam. Oh! You see Sammy kind of stagger as the staff takes something out of him.
Ooh.
The guy then, after hitting with the staff the first time, flips the staff around, tries to hit Sammy with it again. This time Sam will spend an action to defend. So I get to now subtract his roll. So basically how that works is, the guy rolled a 15 to hit him, plus his skill gives him a total of 22. Okay? So he's got over Sam's base parry by a point. Sam now may spend an action to actively defend, which Sam does. And then what happens is, if his action is higher than his base parry, we count the parry he rolled. So you can never roll lower than your passive defense totals. And Sam manages to just barely get the baseball bat between him and the guy. Then it comes to Sam's action. Sam's action was to clap the guy that tried to charge him the first time in the back of the head. He does it. Not entirely well, but he gets it there. It's a beautiful ting. It's a beautiful ting. He knocks that guy out. All right, our actions. What do we do?
I'm still jittery.
You are still jittery?
I'm still jittery.
Tinker?
I am going to, once it looks like they're safe. And who's this guy? Who's the chick in the red?
Chick in the red. This is her
me.
character.
Oh, that's her character.
Yeah, the bow. See it?
It's me.
Oh, okay. Well, now that if she's like, PAH! Snap out of it.
Spend an action, try to get back into the fight.
Yep.
Okay. Then we get to the next initiative. Roll it. Everybody can act normally. You want to use this one now, sweetie? That's what he's making it for.
It's bigger. Two bigger rolls out of it.
Got two?
Got two.
Got two.
I'll bring some duct tape next time. Duct tape is always useful for all kinds of things.
This isn't my
There's no such thing as bad duct tape.
Dorothy and the
Oh, we have
NPC
duct
roll a
tape
1.
somewhere.
Tinker, what's your initiative?
5 again.
5 again. Okay, so first up in the movement order actually is going to be Dorothy. Dorothy gets to the top of the hill and starts putting her whole heart into the casting. And she's going to end the casting with Shaka Zulu!
Okay.
Teenager.
Yeah, no shit.
What? You always tease her about it later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stride out there with a big bottle in my hand with the glass face mask on and the gloves and all that good shit, and start basically screaming out all kinds of nice gibberish.
One action, don your stuff.
I already said I did that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did that.
Yeah.
Never mind, so you get the bottle.
Yep.
Prepping the weapons,
Yeah.
one action.
And basically stride out there acting all scary and act like I'm gonna screaming and yelling and basically act
So
like
making an intimidation check.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, remind me when we get to the action
Serious
phase.
bullshit.
Neither one of them is going to move. They're just going to like sit there and pound on each other the whole time. So neither one of them is moving. You get to act first.
Okay.
One of your intimidation, speech and charisma, and I like the idea. So add 2 bonus dice.
Okay.
You're targeting his discipline. His discipline is a 9.
Okay. 6, 5, and 2.
That's it. You got it. The guy is intimidated by you and tries to leave the combat. Sam just steps forward. Ah, boom! Knocks him out.
Good. I only had 2 more bottles.
Sam looks and sees that he's not taking any edge damage. He's just taking blunt damage because they were using a blunt staff to hit him with, so he's not like any life in danger. He's like,
Good.
and then he
Now,
just goes up to the guy he just knocked out and takes the bat again and boom, boom.
Sam.
Try to roll speech roll, get him out of there.
He's gone berserk.
Can you blame him?
What am I rolling?
Speech and charisma. Since you know Sam, I'll let you add an extra 10.
Okay. 15.
You got him. Sorry, so angry.
Yeah, well, we don't want to add murder to our list of wonderful things we've done today.
Oh, Jesus.
What charisma?
Yeah. I gotta admit, you're role playing.
Oh, lordy.
Oh.
There's times when using charisma as your dump stat can actually be very useful for role playing. Nobody's gonna like you, but you're gonna get the best lines. You're like Jade on Firefly.
Yeah. Let's see James the one. All right. Check the recording time real quick there.
This was actually kind of cool. A little boring on the repeat, but nice tune.
Well, it's supposed to be background music for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nice tune. It's just kind of